In your former role, head coach, um, you are loaded with responsibilities, uh, recruiting particularly.
Yeah.
Your role with McGill, you don't worry about things like that. You can just mentor, coach. Is that true?
Yeah, really true, Wally. And at this stage of my career, it's really it's fit in really well. I'm just so lucky. I get to do all the X's and O's and pre-scouts. I'm on the ice with the guys at practice, get a chance to build a relationship with them. All the good parts. If somebody's late for the bus now. I'm not the guy who has to deal with it, and I appreciate that. To be honest with you, I and the recruiting, you hit the nail on the head. I mean, the recruiting, as you all know, at the college level is just exhausting and never ending. And in the guys' game, it's become even more challenging now with the changes in the NCAA rules and transfer rules, and with U Sport and all that. So the fact that I've been able to do all these great things without some of the other responsibilities, if you will, and that's part of the being a head coach, but without those other responsibilities, has been a real breath of fresh air for me, to be honest with you.
Well, Peter, I called you a couple weeks ago, sort of for a recruitment, trying to get one of the young players in the association I work with to give her some attention to see if anything could be done for her. And you, not working in the female game anymore, you still are connected. Uh,
Very much.
and one of the questions you asked me was the academic standards at McGill are pretty high, and the player in question, I think, meets those standards. And um, I really like what you said about the values base of your philosophy and your culture, because so many teams at high levels are totally focused on the outcome.
Yeah.
And I wonder if you can comment to the sort of the, I don't know if dichotomy is the right word, but I don't think you achieve your outcomes if that's all you focus on. That's not how you achieve them.
Yeah. Well, first of all, like to touch on the academic part of it, and again, at McGill, the recruiting is as it is in many schools. I mean, McGill isn't alone in that sense, but um, there is a high academic standard to be able to get into McGill. And when I used to go and recruit for the Martlets, and I'd ask the coach of the team that I'm looking at, like, who are the smart girls? Who are the girls who have really outstanding GPAs and high school averages, because that's where it started. I mean, that was the drop off point when it came to the recruiting. If they didn't have the academic standard, then I didn't have any chance of getting them in. I mean, funny story, but as Wally, as you know, both my daughters played, both good players. And the older one ended up going from an English high school to a French CEGEP, and it was a really high quality French CEGEP, Brébeuf. And her marks went down in her first year. And when it came, she recovered eventually, but that first year really killed her. And when she applied to McGill, she wanted to come and play at McGill, and she couldn't get in. And so she went to another school for a year, got her marks up, and eventually came to McGill. But I always used that when I went to recruiting, and somebody would ask me, "Well, can you get her in?" I'd say, "Hey, listen, I couldn't get my own daughter into McGill, so let alone anybody else." So anyway, that's the academic part of it. I think what happens when it comes to recruiting, and we always try to recruit character. I mean, we did our homework. Really like to talk to parents and the players at the same time. Brought players in, learned as much as we could about them, and really looked at the character first. I mean, one of the advantages that we had is, as it went on, we were winning. We had a solid program when it came to being competitive, at a good academic school. Um, so we attracted a lot of players who had an interest in coming. So we had a chance to kind of pick and choose, if you will. I think times have changed now. I think it's even more competitive now for the recruits. And I think one of the mistakes that coaches can make is that they can lose focus on some of that character stuff and just look at, the quality of hockey ability, if you will. And I think that can hurt you a little bit. So we are fortunate in that we attracted a lot of really good players. And it made the program, obviously, it allowed us to perpetuate the program, if you will, in terms, hi, Sammy, in terms of, what it is that we wanted to do and where we wanted to be in terms of establishing our culture. Um, Wally, I can't remember whether I answered your question or not.
I can't even remember the question I asked you.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, good. So then I answered it.
I want to welcome Sammy Joe Small. Um, Peter Smith is on, and of course, I believe you both know each other very well.
Yeah.
And Sammy's a big part of that growth and acceptance and appreciation of the female game. And I think Sammy, returning from the U18s and your new role, that the employment opportunities that are evolving for ex-players, is just fantastic to see you in the game. And,
Yeah. Good job, Sammy, at the under 18s. I thought you did a real good job there. I watched a lot of the games, and I'd echo what Wally says. Just good to see you guys, you and Tessa and, everybody else who's involved in the game. I think that's fantastic. So good on you.
Well, thanks. We learned from the best, so I appreciate it. I actually just popped on quickly to see Peter because I'm just kind of between meetings, but it was really fun working the U18s. The US goalie played so well in the
Oh my
final. I think
God.
Canada
Yeah.
was the better team, which is good, like leading forward. But I actually leave also for Milan in uh, less than just over a week now. So I'm really
Oh,
excited
good.
to go to the Olympics also there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that'll be fantastic. That'll be a great experience, that's for sure. I mean, I remember, hopefully the rink is all set to go. I mean, I remember when we went to Torino and when we went to the pre-Olympic tournament in November and we're all sitting in the stands, we were getting like stone dust on our pants and all that because nothing was really finished. But they
Anybody
pulled it
that
off.
talks to me about the arenas not being done, I'm like, oh, it's just the Italian way. I don't know if you even remember, like the cafeteria was not
Oh
done
yeah,
when we arrived.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. No, I'm
so
sure. I'm sure it's going to be fine. But I know there's.
exactly, they'll be
Yeah,
done. It'll be fine. Just
yeah,
it'll be the last second, as
yeah,
it was with us.
yeah. No, it'll be a super experience. That's for sure.